page 443, and this is 8-7. We're going to do a couple here and a couple there, and then we're going to move on because we don't got a lot of time today. We've done more social science stuff. Okay, so if you're here in class, I made these for you, and I'll make these available online too. It's laminated so you can use it and with your dry erase marker if you're having trouble. So this starts us out rounding to the nearest hundred. So when we round to the nearest hundred, before we even subtract. So when we round to the nearest hundred, we're going to look in the hundreds place. So I'm looking at 321. I'm looking in the hundreds place. What's in the hundreds place?
Three.
A 3. So if you look at the back of this, it has hundreds on there. Okay? So you can write your number here, 3, 2, 1. Okay? And then I'm going to keep whatever's in the hundreds place as one of my benchmarks. So what's in the hundreds place again?
3.
And what's it worth?
300.
300. So this is just like what I do on the board. Like, I come over here and I put a 300 here. If I count up to another 100, if I count my hundreds, the next 100 would be what? 400. So this number, depending on what's next door, can either go stay at 300 or it can go up to 400. Okay? So I got my number here. So look, so on here I got my arrow saying look next door. What is that?
2.
A 2, right? So remember, if it's 4 or less, we're going to let it rest. And then I went ahead and wrote out the digits here that are 4 or less. So if it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're going to keep the first benchmark as the number you round to.
So it's 300.
So it's 300. Okay? Our midway point, and I even put the number line down here if you need to. You can put the 300, 400, and then remember you just put a 50 in there, 350 for your midway point. If you need to put your number on there, you can. Okay? The cool thing about these, when you're done, look, you can just wipe it off and start another number. Okay? So now I have 182. So I find my 100 spot again. If you're using this, you can just write it in there. Then I go next door. A little rough soon. So I have 100 here, so it could be 100. Count my hundreds. The next 100 would be what? 200. I go next door. That's an 8. I read here. It said if it's 5 or more, raise the score. And then I listed these 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So is that 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9?
Yes.
It's an 8. So what am I going to? 200. Now I can subtract. Okay. So 300 minus 200 is plus 100, right?
100.
Our goal will be to be able to do this without our little graph here, but until we learn our steps, I think that'll help us.
I don't have it out.
Okay, we good? Okay, so let's go ahead and do number 4 then. All right, you can use this or not use this. So my number I have to start with is 655. I'm still rounding to the nearest 100. 1s, 10s, 100s. This is my 100 spot. So I can either keep, what's there? 600 or go up to the next 100. What's the next one? 700. Okay, I go next door. Is that 5 or more?
Yes.
So what am I doing?
Raising the score.
Raising the score.
700.
Okay. 1s, 10s, 100s. What do I got my 100 spot? 1. So how many hundreds do I got?
8.
100. There's some 8s back there. That's a 10 spot. 1s, 10s, 100s. So counting by hundreds, I have 100. The next 100 would be
200.
200. Now I go next door. I got an 8. 5 or more, 4 or less. 5 or more.
Raise the score.
Right, I'm raising the score. So am I staying at 100 or keep going up to 200?
200.
Now I subtract.
700 minus 200 is 500.
There we go. Not bad. Okay. Well, let's go on down to 10s, and then I'm going to let you guys do some on your own
Yes. I'm keeping this
around the room. So if you got your cheat sheet out, if you flip it over, we got the same rules for 10 on the back. Okay? So now instead of looking at the 100 spot, I have to look at the what spot?
10.
So let's start right here at 763. So I got 1s, 10s, 100s. So I'm underlining my 10s. What's in my 10 spot? 6. Now listen, I'm going to turn the 1s into a 0, but I can't get rid of that 700. If you had $700 and started rounding and just said that you had 60 now, you'd be kind of upset if you lost that $700, right?
Yeah.
So don't get rid of because we're just looking at the tens off. So I'm gonna have 700, and then I have a 6 there, so 760. Now count up by tens. 60.
70.
Don't forget your 100 though, so we have 760 or 770. Then I'm still gonna go next door, except now next door is in the ones place. Okay? So it's a 3, so am I using 5 or more or 4 or less?
4 less.
4 or less. So I'm gonna keep
70.
760. My ones place is a 0 because I'm rounding to tens, and when I have a 10, there's a 0 in the ones place. Okay? Next number is 471. 1 tens, hundred. So I'm looking at my tens column. What's at my tens column? What's in there?
70.
70. So I'm going to start with 470. If I go up 10 more, what is it? Count my tens.
480.
480. There's going to be either one. Now I got to go next door and check it out. What do I got?
4 less than.
4 or less, let it rest because that's a 1, right? So I'm going to keep my 470. And you might want to stack that one just to practice. It's got some regrouping there. Okay? Yep. 0 minus 0 is?
0.
Can I take 7 from 6?
No.
Gotta go over here. This will be a 6. I'm borrowing 10 tens. I already have 6, so now I have 16. 16 minus 7 is? I moved it out there. 9. 6 minus 4 is? 2. So I have
290.
All right, let's do one more and then we'll break up and let you guys do something on your own. Okay? We're still rounding to the nearest 10 before we subtract. So I have 816. Ones, tens, hundreds. So what do I have in my 10 spot?
1.
A 1. So what's that worth?
10.
Don't forget your 100 in front. So I got 8, 10, right? 10 more would be what, Amelia?
20.
8, 20. So go next door. Is 6, 5 or more?
5 or more.
So what number am I going to use?
820.
820. Okay, same thing here. Ones, tens, 100. I'm going to start my tens. Okay? So my first benchmark, I'm keeping my 9. So I got 290. Count my tens. What comes after?
300.
Yeah, 300. Because 90 plus 10 is another 100, right?
Then you go next door.
Yep, go next door. What do I got?
Score. 5 or more, raise the score.
Which one am I keeping?
300.
300. You can stack that if you need to. I don't think you need to, though. What do you get?
520.
Okay, so that's what we're doing today. I will, I made these today, so I'll put these on Canvas. They're not on there yet. If you need to use that, you can. I want you guys to do 7 and 11. So that's 7, you're rounded to the nearest 100, and 11 to the nearest 10. So I want you to show me that you can figure that out, and I'm going to come around and check.